Okay, I admit it. I was wrong. I think everybody does need a coach. Hey everybody, Mark Dolfini, landlord coach. I hope you're having an awesome day. So, it wasn't too long ago, maybe a year and a half ago or so, that I was on the fence about if everybody needed a coach. I often, if you look back through my old videos, you would even see that I would say not everybody needs a coach. Well, I'm going to change my mind on that. I think everybody does need a coach. Whether you're just starting out or you have multiple properties, I think everybody does need one. And I'll explain why. Originally, I had thought that not everybody needs a coach, but a coach can get you to where you want to go much faster, and that thought hasn't changed. I was remembering a story of a guy in Okinawa who was a golf coach, and when I was in the Marines, there was I had developed an interest in the sport. So I thought, well, let me learn a little bit about the sport and develop a swing, and then I'll go see this coach. And the story was that this coach, this little Okinawan guy, actually taught Lee Trevino on how to play golf. Now, I don't know if it was true, but it's still a cool story, right? Well, the thing was, this guy who was kind of teaching me how to play, he said, no, don't develop all these bad habits and this horrible swing and then have to go to the coach to have him unteach you and untrain you from all these, these bad habits. He said it's better to go to the coach sooner than later so he doesn't have to undo all that, right? And I thought that was an interesting perspective, and that's what has changed my mind thinking about this story. I remember thinking of this story when I was putting this into context of coaching people who have real estate. And I think this is absolutely true in this case as well, and for a couple of different reasons. Not only is it about untraining you from bad habits that you're currently doing, but you're going to be getting into asset classes that may not be necessarily the best fit for your skill set, for your goals or your vision that you're trying to get to, or really just the best investment overall. Like, you might have gone to a really compelling presentation on mobile home parks, right? And no doubt you can make a ton of money on managing mobile home parks, but it takes a specific type of risk tolerance and infrastructure and everything else that you might not possess or even be interested in possessing just for the sake of making money. Let me use an extreme example. Now, I have a fairly sizable following on Facebook, and it doesn't happen so much anymore, but it used to happen quite a bit where I would get people that would reach out to me that would say, hey, you would be great at selling, fill in the MLM, right, the multi-level marketing piece. You'd be great at selling essential oils. You'd be great at selling, whatever lotions or potions. Now, I'm not here to knock the efficacy of those things. I think that, many of them are good for people, or selling CBD oil or whatever it is, but it's not what I want to do. It's not in my skill set. It's not really it just doesn't interest me, right? So there's a million ways to make $1 million, but if you get into an asset class that, let's face it, it can be hard to get out of, then you bring in a coach to try to fix the fire that you started. That's not a good approach. So my point is, there's many good tactics out there. There's many ways, to acquire properties, whether they're through sheriff sale or through tax sales or through, subject twos or wholesaling or whatever. There's a ton of ways to get into properties, but there's also a ton of different types of asset classes, right? You've got single family homes, you've got multifamily, multifamily commercial, which could be over 4 units. You've got mixed use commercial, which would be retail, with apartments above. You've got industrial, again, you've got mobile home parks, self-storage units, garages, all these different things. But when you're looking at all these different asset classes, the different asset classes they just need to be managed differently, right? So that's why I say when you're looking to get started in this business, I would really encourage you to get someone that's not only just going to coach the tactic, but coach you through the vision piece in terms of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Now, that's what I do, and I'm not saying that I'm the coach for everybody, because let's face it, not everybody can take me, right? And I don't have the personality to handle everybody. But if you are interested, let's have that conversation. Just reach out to me, drop me an email, and we'll have that conversation. I'm not here to sell you on something. I'm just here to let you know that this is a tool that I have in my toolbox to help you get into, develop that vision, like I wrote about in the book, The Time Wealthy Investor 2.0. But to get to get your vision very clear in terms of what you want to accomplish, and then let's set up that infrastructure and process to deliver that vision for you, right? We're just basically reverse engineering a business to deliver that lifestyle that you're wanting, okay? So I hope this is helpful. Again, I'm not the coach for everybody. I would recommend highly that you get a coach, though, one that is not going to worry about being your buddy, one that is not going to worry about hurting your feelings, but is going to tell you the things that you need to hear to keep you away from deep water. All right, this is all I have for today. Please make sure you're placing a value on your free time, because if you don't, someone else will. But most important, there is no amount of money that will make time irrelevant. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Take good care.